What's happening, everyone? Today we are learning 2 Japanese expressions using the latest episode of Attack on Titan. If you haven't watched the 14th episode of season 4, please stop watching this because there will be a little bit of spoilers ahead. But if you already have watched it, please enjoy my lesson. There will be 2 expressions. One will be very useful sentence and the other will be terrible sentence that we never ever should use in our real life. So let's check the first part.
お前とは昔から喧嘩したことなかったよな。なんでかわかるか。お前と俺じゃ喧嘩になんねえからだよ。
もうやめて。
なんでかわかるか。
First quote for today is Nande ka wakaru ka? It means you know why. This expression can be divided into 2 parts, roughly speaking. The first part is nande, which means why. And the second part is wakaru, which means to know or to understand. Let me skip about 2 ka sounds of nande ka and wakaru ka because those are tiny parts of conjugation and I believe you don't want to start learning Japanese from the complicated grammar. Actually, nande ka wakaru ka is a casual and offensive way to ask somebody if he or she knows why that is. In this Attack on Titan's specific case, Eren says this to Armin to provoke him, intending that Eren is much stronger than Armin. However, in real life, we hardly say nande ka wakaru ka unless we are angry at somebody. Instead, we cut the last sound ka and simply say nande ka wakaru in a casual speech. In a formal speech, we say naze ka wakarimasu ka? The most important parts of these sentences are nande and naze, which mean why. So, if you want to ask why in Japanese, you can say nande in a casual speech and naze desu ka in a formal speech. Alright, let's move on to the second part.
よう、気がずら。てめえ、くせぇし、汚ねえし、busaikuじゃねえか。クソが。まあ、殺しゃしねえから安心しろよ。すぐにはな。てめえ、くせぇし、汚ねえし、busaikuじゃねえか。クソが。
Alright, so the second quote for today is Temee kuseeshi kitaneeshi busaiku janeeka kuso ga. You can probably imagine, but this is a very offensive expression, so please do not use this unless you want to cut a relationship with the person you are talking to. But anyway, let's break down the details. First, temee is a very offensive word which means you. Actually, there are many ways to say you in Japanese. For example, we often say kimi, anata, and omae. Omae sounds bossy, but sometimes we use it in a casual situation. However, temee is something much ruder than omae. We hardly hear temee in our real life unless somebody is gone crazy, somebody is super mad at something. Just like Levi is very mad at Zeke because he turned all of Levi's team members into pure titans. Next, kuse means reeking or stinky, smelling so bad. Actually, kuse is a conjugated version of an adjective kusai. By making it kuse, it sounds more offensive and stronger. Then kitane means dirty or filthy. Again, this is a conjugated version of kitanai. By making it kitane, it sounds more offensive. Next, busaiku means ugly. And by the way, each of shi in the middle means and. So it becomes like leaking and filthy and ugly. In Japanese, we say and every time we add new information, unlike in English. Because in English, it becomes like I like tomatoes, potatoes, and apples. So we say and only right before the final information. But in Japanese, we say and every time we add information, so it becomes like I like tomatoes and bananas and apples. So that's a big difference between Japanese and English. Let me skip janeeka because it's not a big deal. It doesn't mean anything special. It's just a part of a conjugation. And finally, kuso ga. It means son of a bitch or a piece of shit. So don't ever use this expression. Putting them together, it becomes Temee, kuseeshi, kitaneeshi, busaiku, janeeka, kuso ga. Now I hope you understand why you shouldn't use the expression in our real life. So that's all for today's video. Thank you so much for finding me and watching this. And there will be more content like this using the Japanese animation series. So please make sure to subscribe, like, comment, and see you later.